Hello, and welcome to another BTFO. Today we're going to be talking about The Legend of Ochi, a new-ish A24 film. So to give my brief thoughts, I would not really recommend this movie. I suppose if you're interested, you wouldn't lose much from watching it, but I don't think that anyone's really gonna get what they want out of it. I don't know. It's a weird kind of, because the story for The Legend of Ochi is pretty like a generic children's fantasy kind of like story, but it's also told in the like sort of tone of, oh, this is an adult like A24 movie, like, you know, it's got very mature themes and stuff, which it doesn't really, but like it's kind of conveyed that way. And so for me it's like I don't know, it seems a little confused, where it feels like the right target audience for it would probably be like 8 to 10-year-olds, but for some reason they've chosen a like very much adult target audience for it. And like, cause I don't know, there's nothing in the movie that's too like grotesque or whatever. Like there's a little bit of like blood, but like most of the time it's just because people say fuck. Like, you know, that's the only real reason why it's rated R, which it's like, I don't know, like if I was like a producer, I might be like, yeah, maybe we can take out some of those F words and make it PG-13, like, you know, or PG. Because I don't know, like the effects they do for the Ochi, which is kind of interesting that, like, yeah, the little creature that she has with her is, like, they do call it Ochi, but it's a member of the species of Ochi. And so it's like, it's kind of like calling a wolf, like, you know, it's kind of a weird name for it. But like, the special effects they do for those creatures looks pretty good throughout the movie, and is definitely like kind of why they made this movie. But like, I don't know, there's some elements of the story that are really kind of neat and over the top, where like I really like Willem Dafoe's character, where he's the like dad of the main character, and he's like kind of the guardian of this little town, and so he protects them from the Ochi, and so he's like taken all of like the local like boy children, is like teaching them how to hunt the Ochi, and he's also like taking his daughter along with them, and he has an adopted son as well, and like he's kind of fun because he wears this like kind of like almost Roman-esque like armor, like it's this very like fantasy-esque armor that he's like wearing all the time, that's supposed to be like a ceremonial thing, which I do kind of wish that played more into the story rather than just being a metaphor for like, oh, he takes it off when he's willing to be more vulnerable with his daughter. Do you get it? It's like, yeah, I understand, like, you know, and like there's, because it's weird, because like the humor throughout it is very dry, and for the most part, I don't know, at least for me, it didn't really land. I think the one thing that like, or the one scene where the dry humor actually did quite land for me, which is weird because I really do like dry humor when it's done really well. Like I really love just about anything Nathan Fielder does. But there's one scene that I thought worked really well where she, so like the little girl, she finds a baby Ochi and basically decides that she's gonna like take it back to like its family, and so she runs away from home, and so like she decides like she gets hungry, and so they go into like a store basically because she's like, yeah, where else am I gonna get food? And like, I'm just gonna take it from the store. So like she's kind of walking through and like opening things as she goes, which it's like, that's one thing where like, I don't know, she seems old enough to know that like, yeah, you can't just do that, like that's gonna raise suspicion. But like Ochi crawls out of her backpack, and so like a lady screams, and then we see the cashier at the front is like helping some other lady, and he goes, "Oh, just a moment, ma'am," and then like pulls out a rifle from beneath his like cash register, and like walks over and just starts like shooting. And it's like, that's kind of fun, like that's over the top and like goofy and stuff. I just wish that was in more of the film, because it's kind of absent after that point. Like there are a lot of attempts at dry humor, but like a lot of it just kind of doesn't really land for me. As far as the story goes, like it's fine for the most part. It does make like, I don't know, the area that they're going through is supposed to be this big vast land, but it kind of seems like everything is just right next to everything else. And there is a really weird like contrivance in the story where at one point Ochi bites the little girl, and then like from there she can communicate with Ochi, and then she like runs into her long lost mom, who tells her that like, no, I told you as a child how to communicate with the Ochi, but I guess you just didn't remember that until you did. It's like, oh, okay, like that's, I don't know why that really needed to be an element, especially because it's like her conversation with Ochi, like none of that ever really goes anywhere. Like they try, like they have a thing about like, the Ochi, when they sing, like they're like fusing their emotions together or something, and so at the end of the movie like she's able to do that with the Ochi, and it's this like miracle thing, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Like the end of the movie, Ochi just returns to the rest of the Ochi, and like then I guess the rest of them return home, like the daughter and her parents, and like her parents are supposedly reunited over this, because Willem Dafoe, I guess, learns that like, oh, the Ochi are more than just savage animals. But it's like, well, I don't know, like the Ochi still do like hurt your farm animals and stuff, and like I don't know, it kind of seems like a weird conclusion to make, but yeah, I don't know, it's a weird movie for sure. I don't think it's entirely worthless, but I don't know that there's really all that much value in it. Like Willem Dafoe is probably my favorite character because of like how goofy he is, but also they give him like probably the closest thing resembling a character arc, where like he kind of has to learn how to bond with his daughter. Like they have this knife throughout the movie that like he gives a big backstory for, and then like when she left, like she wrote him a note that was like, here's your dumb knife back, Then he like ends up telling her by the end of the movie that like it's just some knife I bought at a gas station. Like I made that story up because I wanted you to think it was cool. And she's like, "Oh, that's so dumb." And I was like, "Okay, I guess that's relatively close to a character arc." Yeah, I don't know. It's like, man, I really think this is a script that like would have very much benefited from like a few redrafts. But yeah, I suppose I wouldn't recommend The Legend of Ochi. I didn't hate it or anything. I just found it kind of inoffensive and like hollow, I suppose. Like not entirely hollow. There's some stuff in there, but you know, just for your investment of time, it's like I don't know if it's really worth it. Um, but so yeah, those are my brief thoughts on The Legend of Ochi, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye.